Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Season 2. Just go with it. In last week's episode, Max met with the fearsome, brooding leader of the Adventurers Guild, Yorick, and was given a small tour of the guild before chatting. After describing and displaying every cliché fantasy guild hall that the writer could think of, Yorick and Max sat in his office to discuss business, or a deal. In their meeting, Yorick barraged Max with insults, and Max just rolled with it until he said some enticing words that got Yorick's attention. From there, Yorick struck a deal with Max. He would have him complete a set of labors throughout town for some of the locals. They would have to sign some papers after Max had completed the work, and then he could be on his merry way. But there is a catch. In order for Max to get Yorick's help, he would need 3 out of the 5 labors signed within a week, or else Yorick wouldn't help Max, and he would be banned from the Adventurers Guild. Dun dun dun! Max left annoyed, as per usual, and sets out to start his first labor. This is where we go. Episode 5, Ghost Hunting. Woo! After a meeting that ended in more work needing to be done, rather than a, "Sure, here you go," manner, Max exits the skull of the dragon which houses Yorick's office. As he makes his way back to the entrance, Yorick watches his every move. What a whelp! I bet 5 gold coins that he won't complete a single labor before the end of the week. Max stops a few feet from the entrance and stops to talk to a few guild members. Yeah, talk to them all you like. This is as far as you're gonna get in my guild. Max smiles and nods after speaking with 2 members and goes to the mess hall and has a word with a group of adventurers. Huh? What's he up to? He sees his conversation is rather short with the group and leaves in poor spirits. Ha! Just what I expected from an inexperienced nobody. Yorick keeps his eye on Max as he continues to talk to more folks around the guild. He plops himself at the bar and grabs a large mug of ale. Before he takes a sip, he sees Max in a rather high-spirited mood and wonders why he's still hanging around and not doing anything. Hey, Stevie, come here for a sec. What is it, Master Yorick? Is there something I can help you with? Yeah, that guest wandering around our guild, talking to everyone. I couldn't help but notice that he had a brief chat with you moments ago. Could you fill me in on what your chat was about? Who? The funny-looking one with the funky attire and odd name? Yeah, him. As Stevie's about to provide the much-requested information on his conversation with Max, Yorick takes a gulp of ale. Oh, not much. He introduced himself and asked where he could find your nephew Theodore. Said he was looking to help him on one of his ghost hunts. After hearing that Max wasted no time and began his search for Theodore, Yorick spits out his ale all over Stevie. As Yorick has made a fool of himself, doubting Max's determination, he is left to apologize to Stevie and to clean him up. While Yorick is preoccupied, Max makes his way to a lonely corner where he spots a kid with a little tent with different colored flames held in lanterns. Also surrounding his tent is a circle made of little white pebbles. Max goes over to the young man and steps on the circle line, breaking its connection. Hey! Watch the circle! It keeps the ghosts and specters away! Max looks down to see he messed it up and jumps back. As he jumps back, the young man runs over and quickly pours a box of more white pebbles on the ground, reconnecting the circle. Oh, sorry about that. Didn't mean to break your circle thingy. It's not a circle thingy. It's a ward that fends off evil spirits, ghosts, and other spectral beings. Yep, I think I found who I'm looking for. Who are you anyway? And why are you all the way over here? Did you come to make fun of me like all the others do? What? No, I came here hoping to find Theodore. Are you Theodore? So what if I am? Oh, this is going to be so annoying. I came looking for you because your uncle said that you may need help on one of your ghost hunt thingies. No, I'm not going on another ghost hunt now or ever again. If I do, then all the others will pick on me. It's not worth the hassle. Who picks on you? Don't they know that you're Yorick's nephew? They do, and it doesn't matter. They know I won't say anything to him. And why's that? Because I know my uncle. If I bother him with this matter, then he'll just tell me to toughen up or something. Not only that, but the others will come after me again and might hurt me next time. Max looks at the sad young man that has given up hope on his joys and is pestered by those that don't understand him. he is reminded of a time when he was in a similar situation, where people made fun of him for his doll collection. Hey, how do you know about that? They weren't dolls, they were action figures! Right. Keep telling yourself that. Before losing it and having a make-believe argument with me, the narrator, Max turns back to Theodore and sits with him to have a little chat. Yeah, I get it, buddy. I've been in your shoes before. Is it because you look like a fool dressed like that? Why does everyone make fun of what I'm wearing? No, that's not why. I too liked and did things that wasn't seen as cool or normal. Sure, people made their comments and did some things, but you know what I did? I let them. And I still kept on doing what I was doing because I was enjoying what I was doing. Surprisingly, Max's words were well said, even for him. It causes Theo to smile a little and look a little more cheery. Max looks at Theodore slowly opening up and smiles back at him. So, what do you say, Theo? Do you want to go hunt some ghosts? Theo looks around at his equipment and remembers why he collects and uses them. Yes, they're a bit goofy, but they're his, and he likes them. He smiles some more and lights up like a Christmas tree. Yeah, let's go ghost hunting! Max smiles and raises his open hand out to Theodore. High five! Theodore pauses, not knowing what a high five is, but tries to make a quick assumption. He raises his hand up with his fingers spread open. What are you doing? A high five, I think? Max smacks his own face. Oh, I think I get it now. Max pulls his hand from his face and tries again. He raises his open hand out toward Theodore. Theodore smiles and thrusts his open hand towards Max, smacking him in the face. Did I do it right this time?
Not quite, but it'll have to do.
After the two did their little shenanigans, they packed up, got ready, and set off to the farmlands where Max blacked out 2 days prior. As they make their way to the farmlands, the two wait till nightfall. They chat some more, they get better acquainted, and become good friends soon after. Eventually, though, the sun does set and nightfall has begun, commencing the ghost hunt. Ooh. Theodore lights many of his lanterns and sets up a much larger ward. Hey, Theo, what's that white powdery pebbles you use for your ward? It looks sort of familiar. Salt! Oh, cool! Is it some sort of mystically enchanted salt that fends off the forces of evil? Nope, just regular cooking salt.
What the fuck?
Oh, God. Would you quit high-fiving yourself and come help me finish setting up? Max sighs. He does a little too much of that now, doesn't he? As he helps Theodore finish spreading the rest of the salt. Once finished, Theodore briefly leaves to change and comes back out wearing a weird robe with a belt of assorted gear, gadgets, and vials of assorted liquids. Damn! You really take this ghost hunting stuff seriously, don't you? Of course I do. Now hush up and get ready. We're hunting ghosts! All right. Now that's the kind of attitude I'm willing to follow. What are we hunting? I don't have a clear idea of what we're going to encounter, but I have narrowed it down to either it being one big ghost or 3 smaller ghosts working together. Sweet! Is there any clues for us to follow that'll lead us to them? Several, actually. Our first clue is 2 noises, both different from each other, but could be from the same ghost. The first noise sounds like a long and eerie croaking, sort of like a frog. The second noise is like a wailing, howling rooster, but is more muffled or condensed to a confined space. The next clue I was given were these large moving shadows. They can only be seen when a full moon is present. Luckily for us, tonight's moon will be full, so this'll be our only chance to act, or else we'll have to wait another 30 days for the next moon. Fourth clue is sort of similar to our previous. There have been mysterious tracks all over the area. When looked at, they don't look like anything I've seen, so it can't be an animal. Lastly, probably the most important and notable clue that we can work with. Local farmers have seen sheets floating around their lands. That can only mean one thing. Ghosts! That's all there is. Now let's get to work. Max smiles and nods as the two set out for their ghost hunt. They begin wandering the fields in search of the clues of the ghosts themselves. Several hours later, the moon rises to midnight, and yet nothing has been found. Still, Max remains vigilant and keeps his eyes and ears open and ready to jump at anything he can work with. But after a while, he starts to realize that it's dead end after dead end. There's nothing to be found or seen anywhere. He wants to give up, but knows if he does, he'll be letting Theodore down. He wonders how he could be so optimistic and enthusiastic about wandering around in the dark, only to find nothing. He turns around to look at Theodore, hoping he'd be eagerly searching the area, but he was nowhere to be seen. Max is confused and begins to get scared.
Theo! Where'd you go?
No answer, and Max starts to get an uneasy feeling in his stomach. He starts to panic a little and runs around calling out for Theodore.
Theodore! Theo! Where are you, Theo? If you don't come out, then I'm dead, because your uncle is gonna kill me. So I would really like it if you could pop out and say something.
He starts to worry as he thinks something had happened to Theodore. He starts running frantically, searching everywhere for Theodore. He's about to fall over and have a full-blown panic attack until he spots a silhouette of a young man! Oh, sitting on a log in the distance. Whew. Max sighs of relief and makes his way over to Theodore. Oh, there you are, Theo. I've been running around screaming your name. I thought you got abducted or something.
No.
Max hears the somberness in Theodore's voice. Is everything all right? Did something happen? Theodore remains quiet as Max approaches him. He goes around the log to face him, only to see dried paint has been splashed all over him. His robes were ragged, dirty, and slightly torn, and his belt full of gadgets, ripped and gone. Oh my, what the hell happened to you? Who did this to you? Was it ghosts?
No, it was the same group of guys messing with me. After we split up and searched on our own, they popped out and talked to me. They ripped my robe, broke my belt, and took everything that was on me, then dumped paint on me. Then they pushed me around, kicked me, and punched me a little, and then they finally left, laughing.
Why, those no-good douchebags? Ugh. Tell me who they are. I'll teach them a lesson or two.
No, it's okay.
No, it's not. They shouldn't be doing this to you, regardless if your uncle's the leader of the guild or not. That's no way to treat a junior member of the guild.
No, it's fine. Maybe they're right. Maybe this ghost hunting thing is all just a hoax or a joke. I think it's time I give it up.
No, you will not.
Huh?
If you do that, then you're just giving them what they want. And even if you stop ghost hunting, they're not going to stop bugging you. Stand up for what you believe in and forget what they say. I know there's a ghost out there, and we're going to find it and prove those losers wrong. What do you say? Theodore wipes the tears and snot from his face and cheers up a little from Max's encouragement. He gets up and tackles Max, hugging him. Max is now confused, but he soon hears Theodore crying and notices him squeezing onto him harder. Max relaxes a little and pats Theodore on the head and reassures him. There, Theo. We're in this together, man. You're like a little brother to me. Tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish this hunt, whether we make something of it or not. And when we get back to the guild, we'll report our little hunt to your uncle, where we'll have a talk with him about those hooligans that pester you. How does that sound? Theodore says nothing, but slowly nods his head in agreement. Max smiles and pats his head again. He takes a deep breath and looks up at the beautiful glow of the moon and smiles a little. But before he turns his attention back to Theodore, he notices something flickering in the bottom right corner of his eye. Ooh, what could it be? He looks down to see a large, crawling shadow. Oh my word! He smiles and discreetly nudges Theodore. Theodore, look! Theodore breaks from Max and looks to see the dancing shadows. They both smile and sprint after it. They sprint across the field to see another log and slowly approach it. When they get there, nothing of the sort was present. That is until Theodore points out that it's just ants crawling on a log. Huh. Ants on a log? Well, I guess that answers your large shadow clue, but what a... Oh... After debunking that first ghost clue, Max and Theo turn and wonder what else could lay. But suddenly, a mix of noises that Theo previously mentioned starts coming to fruition. And then suddenly, a large draped shadow comes over them, frightening the two, causing them to fall until they... The next morning, the two returned back to the guild hall, wearing the same messy, damaged clothes they were wearing the night prior. As they make their way to Yorick's office, a bunch of the other guild members they walk by look at them and start to whisper among themselves. Theodore notices and wonders what they're talking about, but Max nudges him. Just ignore them. Keep your eyes straight and smile. Theodore does that as they go right to Yorick's office. What the hell happened to you two? Ghost hunting! Is that right? Did you catch your ghost? Nope. What? Then why do you two look like you're in shambles right now? What the hell did you encounter last night? Large six-legged shadows. Ants on a log. A mysterious croaking sound that sounded super ominous. Toad in a hole. Oh, my stomach. Then there was the tracks of a mysterious creature. Bear paw. Man, all these findings are making me hungry. Then there was the howling caw. Rooster's beak, or pico de gallo. And finally, the big white ghost itself in a thin white veil. Pig in a blanket. All right, it's settled. I need to eat something. When Theodore finishes his explosive excitement of the hunt, he pulls a labor sheet from Max's back pocket and signs it in front of Max and his uncle. Max smiles and pats him on the back while Yorick is stunned. Afterwards, he hands the signed paper to Max, hugs him, and leaves for his room. Well, I'll be a son of a bitch. You actually got your first paper signed. In a day. I guess I had you pegged wrong, Max. But you'll still need 2 more before I can help you. But putting that aside for now, I personally want to thank you for taking care of my nephew. He seems quite fond of you. Normally he's cold to most people, but he warmed up to you real fast. Yeah, we took a liking to each other while we were out there. There is one thing you should know, though, Yorick. Your nephew has been on the receiving end of some unwarranted attention from fellow guild members. I am aware of that, and I want to do something about it, but if I fight Theodore's battles for him, then he won't make it as an adventurer. So I stay out until anything more serious happens to him. Yeah, well, something did happen last night. All those scuff marks, the paint, and his lost belt wasn't from our encounter last night. They're from the members that have been picking on him. Apparently, when we got separated last night, they jumped him, splashed paint on him, stole the goods from his belt, and gave him a tussle. Oh, really? Maybe I should have a little chat with those 3 while you go and do your next labor. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. No problem. Yorick smirks and sticks his hand out to Max. The two shake in a silent agreement before parting ways. After Max leaves Yorick's office, Yorick steps out shortly after and makes his way to the bar, where the 3 bullies were hanging out. He approaches them and says nothing, but instead cracks his knuckles before them. As Max exits the guild, he takes a deep breath and smiles as he walks off into town, going into his next labor. From the roof of the guild flies the 3 bullies that Yorick met with. And that is the end of episode 5. Thank you for coming by, folks. I hope you enjoyed. That episode was a little more in tune to what our length should be. But, again, I don't know. I'm just the idiot talking. La 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 la. Thank you for coming by. We'll see you next week. Take care, folks.